Hello and welcome everyone to this webinar, how to clear the source of all physical problems using auric clearing technology. Thank you very much for registering for this webinar and for being here live. Please let me know in the text chat if you can see my screen and if you can hear me. Just let me know with a yes or a Y in the text chat. Excellent. That seems that technology is working. That's beautiful. So then let's get started. So thanks for your time this evening, or maybe it's afternoon or morning, wherever you are in the world. So we will covering a lot today in this session. So let's get right into it. So here is what you will learn in this webinar. You will learn how symptoms of worries, fear, self-sabotage are actually based on auric attachments in your energy field. You will also learn why your current energy frequency basically determines how you experience your life right now. Then we will go in detail over the 9 most critical symptoms of auric attachments. And then we will also talk about the different types of auric attachments that exist. And we will also look into how fear actually attracts entities in your energy field that want to keep you in a low energy state. So that's quite important, especially if you decide to change your current state. You will learn how to get permanently clear from all auric attachments using the Advanced Auric Clearing Protocol. And we will go over how you can build and grow your healing practice with the most powerful auric clearing technique out there. And when you stay on the webinar, you will also experience an advanced auric clearing. So it absolutely makes sense to be here because this will be a fantastic experience for you. So you can actually feel it, what it does for you. And also I will make you an offer that's only available here. But whether or not you get the offer, I suspect you will find tremendous value in this webinar. Sounds good? Any questions so far? Great. Then let's continue. So what is the big problem? So the big problem is actually that you have massive auric attachments in your auric field that cause you to sabotage your own efforts, and you don't have an effective modality to clear them. And if you are already working with clients, then the same situation applies here, that they have probably auric attachment in their auric field that cause them to sabotage themselves. And that's probably why they come to you, but you don't have the most effective modality to clear their blockages right now. So does this sound like you? Can your buttons be easily pushed? Or do you frequently freak out? Or are you often angry and have negative thoughts? Or are you often fearful or constantly worried about the future? Just let me know in the text chat if this sounds like you. Yes, there are yeses coming down the screen. Yeah, so these are all symptoms of auric attachments we are working on clearing. So for those of you who already work with clients, what would you say? Do your clients come to you because their buttons can be easily pushed, or because they frequently freak out or often angry, or they probably come to you because they have negative thoughts? Or are they often fearful or constantly worried about the future? Yes, thanks, Kelly. Yeah. This is why they're coming to you. So you want to be best equipped with the best modality to help them. Now, let me ask you this. Do you often feel low energy, especially when you're surrounded by other people? So this is really important if you work as an energy healer, to really be focused on maintaining your energy field. You can only work from a place of strength, from a strong energy field. Or do you experience apathy, mood swings, and irritation with life in general? Do you ask yourself why you're here and what you came here to do? Oh, yes, couple of yeses coming down here. Yeah, I know exactly where you are. I have been there myself. Are you an emotional eater? So that food is really important when things get tough and get stressful? Or do you have lots of inner voices in your head and maybe you sabotage your own efforts? Yeah, Ellen, yeah, thank you. Yeah, self-sabotage, that's a big one. Yeah, we will work on that. And if you're working with clients, do you have clients that come to you because they feel low energy? They might be diagnosed with chronic fatigue or things like that, or they don't make progress in their lives and are coming to you because of that. So they experience apathy, mood swings, and have irritations with their life in general. Yes, you have clients like that. Excellent. So you really need great modalities and techniques to help them. Also emotional eaters. Yeah, great. Thanks for all your feedback. So the key is, as long as, because we just talked about all these statements, actually symptoms of auric attachments, and the key really is that as long as these auric attachments are not cleared, you and also your clients will attract the same people, the same places, the same situations repeatedly, because they correspond to your or then your client's current energy frequency, and maybe that's a lower one and you want to increase it. So in this webinar, you will learn how to overcome your worries, fears, and negative emotions, and how to stop feeling paralyzed and stuck like you don't belong here. You will also learn what types of energetic blockages exist and how they negatively impact you and your clients in all areas of their lives. So that's really on the physical, on the emotional, on the mental, on the spiritual layer. And you will also learn how to clear all auric attachments with a 15-dimensional protocol and with 15-dimensional codes and a new Advanced Auric Clearing Protocol to raise your and your client's energy frequency. Because only then are you or your clients able to attract different people, different places, different things, different times, and different situations. So you see, it's all about increasing your energy frequency. Any questions so far? Excellent, makes sense. Great. Then let me share a little bit more about myself. So my name is Tamara Schenk and I live in Germany, close to the Baltic Sea with my husband and my soul cats. And my background is probably a bit unusual. So it actually is economics and IT. So I spent around 30 years in the so-called corporate world in all kinds of roles, in sales roles, IT consultant roles, management roles, and also sales enablement roles. And enablement especially is a topic that has a lot to do with empowering human potential, which is my overall mission. So I also worked as an analyst for a couple of years for a company in the US, and I also wrote a business book on this. But in parallel, for the last 20 years, I am also on my spiritual path, on finding my soul's mission and clearing literally tons of blockages and etheric weight so that I could figure out what I came here to do, and now actually doing exactly this. So I started out with attending lots of workshops in different places in the world and with different teachers. And then in 2015, a friend of mine who moved from Canada to Tanzania sent me a link to a webinar on DNA activation from Toby Alexander. And he said to me, "You have to be on this webinar." So I did, and this is how I found my teacher, Toby. So I attended many of Toby's trainings and programs ever since. And since 2019, he's not only my teacher, but also my mentor. And I can clearly say that I would not be where I am now without him. And I know many of you are also following his things or working with him for a long time. So then I founded Energy Field Mastery in 2019. I finally had the courage to do that. And I became then the year after a licensed certified advanced auric clearing master healer, so that I can also teach this, which is one of the most beautiful things to do for me. And first I did this in one-on-one sessions, and now I'm offering this then also in group settings. In parallel, animals get back into my life. So I grew up, actually I was born in Stuttgart. That's maybe a funny story for some of you. So if you are Porsche or Mercedes fans, so Stuttgart in South Germany is the city where they are all headquartered, Porsche and Mercedes. So, and I spent actually a couple of years working in this industry. So yeah, I want to talk about animals. Yeah, so in parallel, animals then get back into my life also about this time in 2015, because I actually grew up with dogs and with horses and also with cats. But then the more I worked in, the corporate world, the more I was traveling. So I lost connections to animals, and that was not a good development for me. So I really wanted to change that. And in 2015, my soul cat Max, that's the ginger boy here on the cover of this book, and Flix, and later on Howie came into my life, and they changed it completely. So also they taught me a lot of things, especially how to live from the heart. So I use lots of the auric, karma, and trauma clearing techniques for my cats as well as for myself, with lots of success. So this is then how it all came together, that I wrote my book, Soul Cats. So it came out in Germany in 2020 and in the English-speaking world in January of this year. And it became recently an Amazon bestseller in its category. So I was really blown away by this. And there is more to come, as one other cat of mine, Flix, already gave me another book assignment. So stay tuned on this. So, and I also wanted to share my feline teachers with you. So any questions so far before we get into auric clearing stuff? Okay, you're with me? Excellent, thank you. So let's begin with your energy field, your energy anatomy. Yes, I think most of you are absolutely aware that you have not only a physical body, that you also have an energy body, your auric field. So, and this is actually pretty scientific. It's based on quantum physics. And we know that everything in our universe is basically energy. So everything is made of energy. So this is, I mean, it's your body, it's my desk, it's the laptop I'm doing this webinar with, it's the chair I'm sitting on. So this is all energy. And these are tangible things. So that means the density is pretty high and the energy frequency is lower for the tangible things. And for all the things that are not tangible, it's just the other way around. So there is, they were less dense, but the energy frequency is higher. So all of this goes back to the work of Albert Einstein and Max Planck back in the early 20th century. It's actually a long time ago, and many other scientists worked on the quantum model. Fast forward to today. So is there anyone who doesn't know what chakras are? Just let me know how deep I should go into this. Yes, there's a question. Great, thank you for that. So chakras are energy centers. So you can see here on this image here, the root chakra, sacral chakra, solar plexus, heart chakra, throat, third eye, and crown chakra. So these are energy centers. That means you accrete vital life force energy from source, from the universe, however you want to call it, into your energy field. And you not only have these 7 embodied chakras, you also have so-called morphogenetic chakras. So you have 4 below your feet and you have 4 above your head. So you actually have 15 chakras, and that's really important to know because there are many modalities out there that only look at these 7 embodied chakras. So if this still sounds strange to you, you can think about it this way. I think everyone is familiar with your blood circulation system. Yeah, you have arteries that bring the blood with all the nutrients, vitamins and minerals to all the different corners in your body. And what happens if there are blockages in your arteries? How is this called? Yes, exactly. This is arteriosclerosis. So you don't want to have that because it means the blood cannot go to each area of your body because it's blocked and it's a lot slower. And this is the same thing if you have basically blockages of energy in your chakra system. That means you cannot accrete the same amount of vital life force energy, and the energy cannot freely flow through your energy system. And so that means you have a lower frequency. So it's, if you have blockages in your energy field, it's kind of an energetic arteriosclerosis. Yeah. So this is usually diagnosed a disease, and there needs something to happen. So we need to clear it. So we don't need a drug for this. We can use 15-dimensional codes and protocols to clear these blockages. So here I have a picture for you that's a bit more complicated. I just want to show you a couple of things. First of all, every chakra corresponds to a certain color, and every color has a certain frequency. So if you look at the root chakra here, so it corresponds to the color red, and red has a certain energy frequency. And then the next chakra, C2, is the sacral chakra, it's orange, solar plexus is yellow, and so on, heart chakra is green. So the energy frequency is increasing from the first chakra to the second, to the third, to the fourth, and so on. So from the inside to the outside, the energy frequency is increasing and the density is decreasing. So that's just what I wanted to show you, and also all the different colors of these chakras that are also correspond to dimensions. Another thing is important here. So chakra 1, 2, and 3, this is basically your incarnate self. And from chakra 4, 5, and 6, so these 3, they build your soul identity. And to open up your soul identity, to embody your soul identity, it is really important to open up your heart chakra. So a lot of the things, and that's not only true for you individually, but also for humanity on Earth, is to open up the heart chakra so that more and more people can really embody their soul identity, which is one of the reasons why this work is really so very important. So you can also think about auric attachments as roadblocks. So if that's an analogy that works better for you. So imagine you drive with your car, you want to go from destination A to destination B, and you want to use the highway or the motorway, however you want to call it. And then when you come to the highway, then you see there are road constructions, there are roadblocks, and you actually cannot move on. It's very slow, and you actually come to a standstill. So what can you do? I mean, you can get out of the car and move the roadblocks aside and continue your trip to get to your destination. And this is the same thing with energetic blockages. We actually have to do the work to clear them, to get them out of the way so that the energy can flow freely. And in this picture, that you can drive as fast as you can to get to your desired destination. So does this make sense? That makes a lot of sense. Thank you, Paul. Excellent. So then let's talk about the different types of auric attachment and how they affect you. So the first and the worst category is called discarnates. So what are discarnates? Discarnates are actually entities with souls. So that means these souls have passed away, but they didn't make it through the tunnel to the plane of bliss. So that means they're stuck in between. And that's the reason why they need some kind of food. And now, what is their preferred food? Their preferred food is the energy of incarnate souls. So, energy of you or of me, if I would have discarnates in my field. So, this is really a big problem because they love a special energy, and that's the energy of negative emotions, of anger, and of worries. That's what they like a lot as their preferred food. So it's really important to clear discarnates first because they can take over situations and they will actually block any other clearing of chakra occupants or closing portals. Yeah, so this is why this clearing of discarnates is really important. And they also, of course, want to keep you in a lower energy state because, yeah, this is how they can make sure that they can receive their preferred food. Then the next category are occupants, also called chakra occupants. So these are energetic blockages that sit at specific chakras. So that means, how is this created? So if you experience a situation where, how we call it, where you go analogical, so that means you can't breathe for a moment, the time seems to stop for you and you might feel paralyzed. That means in such a situation, you feel a certain emotion. Maybe you feel like a victim in such a situation. That means the energetic blockage would go to the second chakra, which is where victimization energy sits. Or let's say you discover a big betrayal. So, and if you feel this energy in the situation, you discover it, you go analogical, then betrayal, that goes to the heart chakra. Or if you experience a situation where you are no longer allowed to speak your truth, so that would mean that the energetic blockage goes to the chakra. So that is the principle how that works. And portals, if you have too many open portals, it simply means that vital life force energy is coming in here and is going out there. So we don't want this to happen. We want to maintain the integrity of your energy field. And this is why it's also important to clear portals and to close them. Any questions so far? Makes sense. Great. Thank you. Yeah, I just want to emphasize this discarnates are the worst category of auric attachments, and the more worries, fears, and negative emotions you actually experience, the more discarnates you attract. So this is really why they need to be cleared, and we will do this in the auric clearing you will experience in a couple of moments. So any questions before we go into the symptoms? No, great. And then you just type, whenever you have a question, type them in the text chat, and I will try to integrate this and answer it as we go through it. So symptoms of discarnates. If you frequently freak out, or if you hear yourself saying something you didn't want to say, or if you observe yourself doing something you didn't want to do, you can be sure that you have discarnates in your energy field. So they can actually take over situations. So also if you easily get into an argument and then later on you ask yourself why this escalated so much, also this is a symptom of discarnates. And for animals, if your pets seem to be very aggressive for you, it seems like out of the blue. Of course, you always check for physical issues as well, but animals can also have discarnates. Clearing them works wonders. Other symptoms of discarnates are if you're often angry or you have negative thoughts. So these are also symptoms of discarnates. And if you have lots of inner voices in your head that actually suggest you 5 different directions, and then you end up doing nothing and you sabotage your own efforts, so this is also a symptom of discarnates. So who would say, yes, that sounds like me? Or you have clients that have this challenge? Yes, couple of yeses coming down the screen here. Thank you. Yeah, we will work on that in a couple of moments. Symptoms of occupants. These are the so-called buttons. Yeah, so we talked about a chakra occupants a minute ago, that they are going based on the emotion you feel in that moment, you go to a certain chakra. So what is the problem with these buttons? So first of all, they have to be implemented. And what we actually want to do with this work is we want to deinstall these buttons. So think about it this way. If you have a button on your computer, if you click a button on a certain program, then you want this button to perform a certain program. This is what you expect and what you expect the button to do when you click it. Yeah, if you register for a webinar, you click the submit button, you want this button to register your data for a certain webinar so that you can show up there, what you did here. That's great. But there are other buttons. They do things you don't want them to do. And these are the buttons in your energy field. And the program that's stored in the button, that comes from the situation when the button was created. So if you experienced a crime, let's put it this way, and everything you did and how you reacted in that moment when somebody tried to rob you, for instance, this program, what you did there is stored in that button. So when the next time somebody puts a hand on your shoulder, for instance, and that was the trigger back then, your buttons are immediately pushed and kind of the same situation will occur because your button knows this program. So you don't want this to be the case. We want to clear these triggers, these buttons, because we want to go away from being, from automatically react to consciously respond to every situation in your life. Yeah, so that really means to bringing yourself back into the driver's seat of your life. So this is really important to clear these buttons. Also here for animals, it can have lots of buttons in different chakras as well. It turns out that they might be aggressive or have scratching habits or biting out of the blue. So of course, you always check for physical issues as well, but it can be very effective to clear, to perform auric clearing for animals as well. Other symptoms of occupants, you experience apathy, mood swings, irritation with life in general. Yeah, so also this is usually a sign of chakra blockages in the head, in the 6th and 7th chakra, where it's about connection and about your intuition. If you're often fearful or constantly worried about the future, that's a symptom of chakras as well. So if everyone is all the time present to the present, there can't be a lot of fear going on, right? So being fearful and being worried is because you are with your mind in the non-existing future. So this is all we want to work on a lot to clear fears and worries. And this is the symptom that has increased a lot since all the COVID things. Other symptoms of occupants, every time you set a new goal, you don't achieve it, you suffer from low self-esteem, or you don't love yourself, or you don't feel empowered to speak up or speak your truth, or as I said, you lack clarity and focus and don't have the feeling that you have access to your intuition. So these are also symptoms of occupants and in the head chakras, or you don't have your desired body weight. Also here, it's important to understand that the auric attachments you might currently have a certain etheric weight, if you will, and that also impacts your physical weight. Make sense? Yeah. Excellent. So, symptoms of portals. So if you feel low energy most of the time, this simply means you lose incoming energy right away through open portals. If you experience to be chronically fatigued, or even you've got this diagnosis, that is very often the result of too many open portals, and an auric clearing can really make a big difference, but it's usually not considered from standard medicine, right? So this is something you can really help a lot with this work. And if you feel low energy, especially when you're surrounded by other people, if you work with other people in a team, or especially if you already work as an energy healer, and if you work especially in an on-site environment, if you take on too much unfinished business or negative emotions from people surrounding you, so it's really important to maintain your energy field's integrity by closing portals, clearing them and closing them. Yeah, and auric attachments actually make you sick. So in the meantime, it's no longer a secret. So there is actually a lot of scientific evidence that every symptom in the physical body, every ache or pain, is the tangible result of an auric attachment, or in more general speaking, of an energetic blockage. So if these auric attachments are not clear, they will eventually manifest physically as an ache, pain, or disease. So whatever we clear now in your energy field actually prevents you from have these physical symptoms coming up in the future. That's cool, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, exactly. That's really crucial. Yeah, so there is great work and things you can read about. So one of my favorite books is Vibrational Medicine from Richard Gerber. So he's a doctor, and he actually put together a ton of research from the last centuries that really prove and show in a very remarkable way that changes in the etheric structure precede pathological changes of illness in the physical body. Yeah, so we do a lot of work that prevents physical symptoms later on. And of course, we can also, if we clear the root cause, the energetic blockage, we take actually the reason away why a physical symptom could actually manifest. Make sense? Excellent. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. So, any more questions before we talk about what this actually means for humanity? Good. So the current state on Earth is really that the energy frequency isn't very high, to say the least. Who would agree with that? Just let me know in the text chat. Yes. Yes. And since 2020, since all the COVID things, the energy frequency actually became lower, and also negativity and especially polarity have even increased. Yeah, and you can observe this in whatever country you are. Just look at how the media really drives polarity into very harsh black and white scenarios. The challenge here is that if you look around you, then many people really operate on the first three chakras only. And that means there's a lot of fear involved. And this is why they can be actually controlled by fear, and why this work is so important and so crucial, and especially at this time for humanity, is because we really have to open up the heart chakra, because if the heart chakra is fully open, people can embody their soul identity, and the fear goes down, and then people can no longer be controlled like this. So raising the energy frequency of humanity is really very important right now to do that. So clearing your auric field has, to me, never been more important for you individually, for your clients and for humanity collectively. And this is really important. We cannot go individually much faster than humanity overall. So we really need to work individually on ourselves and on others so that we really raise the energy frequency and can help humanity collectively. Make sense? Excellent. So based on what I heard from you earlier when we went over the symptoms, is that most of you have at least 5 symptoms, some of you more, of auric attachment. Yeah, yes, that's what it is. Okay. So as promised, let's do an auric clearing. So I really want to make sure that you all can experience that. If you want me to do an auric clearing for you, please give me permission in the text chat. Just type in a yes. So that's very important. We never do this without permission. Yeah. So yeses are coming in. Great. Yeah, you can just put it in the text chat. Thank you. So then you can make it comfortable for yourself. Yeah, make sure that you're on a comfy chair for the next couple of minutes. So I will work on clearing entities and I will work on your 7 embodied chakras. I can't do a full 15-dimensional auric clearing plus the physical layer because we don't so much time on the webinar, but I want to give you a really great experience with this and do the most important work now. So if you can dim the light a bit down in the room you're in, that would be helpful. And if you don't have already a glass of water with you, just grab a glass of water or a bottle of water for yourself. So just let me know when you've done that in the text chat. So excellent. So I'm connecting to your higher self. So I salute everyone here in the webinar, from my crystal sabotage self to your crystal sabotage self. I also get soul level permission. That's great. Let's command it in the name of divine love that in this session, the highest priority auric attachments are completely and permanently cleared from everyone here on the webinar now. To Asia and Tadoe. So you can then focus on this code and let this code interact with you. And if you look at it, you will probably recognize that this is really a living code of consciousness. Enjoy the interaction with the code and then inhale the code through your third eye. And then when you exhale, imagine that the code is in all your chakras. And then you can close your eyes. And then I want you to focus on your inner rhythm of breathing. So you can inhale on the count of 4. Hold it for a moment and slowly exhale. . Just focus on your breathing while I do the clearing. Place all entities and discarnates and pale silver reflector orbs now. It is commanded, the name of divine love, that this code be used to send all discarnates to the astral planes justly earned now. Clear all karmic connections between these discarnates and everyone here on the webinar permanently. Provide a third order escort to all resisting entities, ensuring their removal, and do not allow any to remain. Clear all connections these entities have with everyone here on the webinar and any other being they're associated with. Clear all past agreements between everyone here on the webinar and all entities now. Ta Asia in Tadoe. So this might feel heavy for some of you. So just focus on your breathing and focus on letting go. Just keep breathing. Yeah, there are definitely a couple of entities to be cleared. Keep breathing and focus on letting go. Clear all discarded thought forms that after frequency of fear and anxiety from everyone here in the webinar now to Asia in Tadoe. So this one feels heavy for some of you. Keep breathing and let it go. So I read energy signatures, what's going on with the clearing for you guys in my left hand. So I can monitor very precisely how the clearing progress actually is. So it's now about to go quantum. So what we want to do here is always work on a quantum release, which means the blockage has been transmuted into no thing, into nothing. Clear all negative programs that everyone here in the webinar may be unconsciously running that are not aligned with their highest path and purpose now. Ta Asia and Tadoe. Keep breathing and focus on letting go. Keep breathing. Well, also now this clearing went quantum. So then let's focus on your 7 embodied chakras. So just feel the code in each of your 7 embodied chakras. And if you don't know where they are, your higher self knows where they are. It is commanded in the name of divine love that this code be used to clear all occupants in all of the 7 embodied chakras for everyone here in the webinar permanently now. Ta Asia in Tadoe. Keep breathing and focus on letting go. And keep breathing. Yeah, so it's almost going quantum. Yeah, some of you felt this probably very heavy. So then I will stop the clearing here, but providing you with a soul update. So I worked on your 7 body chakras and on these cards, and I will give you a soul update and a good integration command to make sure that you're integrated in the best way possible. It's commanded in the name of divine love that everyone here in the webinar be infused with new chords, new templates, and new soul programming from their Christus avatar self now. It is also commanded that everyone here integrates this session in the best way possible for them and in line with their higher selves with as much physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual comfort as possible. Ta Asia in Tadoe. So now imagine that golden light is coming down to your crown chakra. Imagine how this golden light is filling your crown chakra. Then the golden light is going to your third eye chakra. And imagine how the golden light is balancing all your 4 brain centers. Then the golden light is going to your throat chakra. And then it's going to your heart chakra. And feel it, especially here, how the golden light is filling your heart chakra, and say to yourself, I love you. Then the golden light is going to your solar plexus chakra, then to your sacral chakra, and to your root chakra. Then feel surrounded by golden light and feel the golden light in your vertical central channel. Feel surrounded by golden violet light. Feel always protected inside of this light that keeps all negativity outside of you. I salute you from my Christus Avatar self to you, Christus Avatar self. Namaste. Now let me know, how did you experience this? Yeah, you can just use the text chat. Fabulous. Amazing, liberating. Yeah. So much lighter. Yeah, excellent. You could feel the entities going. That's awesome. Beautiful. You have any more questions? No more questions. Okay, then let's move on. So, as promised, here is what I've got for you. Here is how you can learn this most effective auric clearing technology. You can learn this by becoming an advanced auric clearing practitioner, and you can become a certified practitioner of this. So this is my offer for you, advanced auric clearing practitioner certification. So if you felt this right now and you all had a very intense experience, as I just read your messages here. So if you want to learn this for yourself, if you want to learn this to work with your clients, if you want to integrate this in your practice, or if you want to get started with your healing practice, this is just the most foundational and most effective modality to get started with, because you need it for every other clearing you might want to add. Yeah, you don't start with trauma clearing without having cleared the auric field first. So this is always the first step. So you learn this very comprehensive auric clearing modality. that clears all auric attachments from all the 15 dimensions of your energy field, and it ensures permanent healing. So all the blockages we could clear now, they were transmuted into new things that they cannot come back. So you can become a certified Advanced Auric Clearing Practitioner, and you can differentiate your practice and yourself in the market a lot. This modality can be used on site, online, one-to-one, one-to-many, and for humans and for animals as well. Yeah, so there are many, many different ways how to apply this. And it ensures for yourself that you can work from everywhere on the planet. You only need a connection, and actually the connection to the divine is a lot more important than the internet connection here. And it can also be integrated in programs you might already offering. There are many different ways on how to use it. What does the practitioner certification include? It includes that all these energetic blockages, we talked about discarnates, occupants, portals, and also wormholes. These are all the categories of auric attachments that are completely cleared on the 15-dimensional energy anatomy. It also clears all negativity. So you also experience that. It clears all interferences. And it activates 2 advanced auric clearing codes into your energy field that you can then also use in the work with your clients, which one code is more focused on the etheric body, the other one works a lot more on the physical body. So in the clearing you just experienced, I did not work on your morphogenetic chakras, and I did not focus on the third part on working more on the physical layer, because we would be really running out of time on this webinar, but this is just what would be added if you would provide a full auric clearing. So what does it include? You go through a huge spiritual growth experience yourself, because as more and deeper layers of yourself are cleared with these techniques, as you go through the certification program, you go through a big transformation journey for yourself as well. Then you will experience, learn, and practice the protocol and the codes with practice clients during your certification. So you will actually create your first testimonials you can then use to offer your services while you're studying it. And you also learn how to create your first offer. So what is an advanced auric clearing certification training doing for you? So you will learn the most powerful auric clearing modality that's out there. You are able to deliver a lot more value for your clients compared to other modalities. You can differentiate yourself a lot. You raise your frequency significantly, and you can raise the energy frequency of your clients in a very remarkable way as well. And you also boost your vitality and your endurance as a spiritual business owner. So the certification is really the key to build and to grow a successful business, and it plays a huge role to raise the frequency and the consciousness on Earth as well. How it works via Zoom meeting, actually. So when I teach and deliver, we use Zoom meetings. So this is more collaborative for everyone involved. We have weekly sessions with Q&As, one per module. I will always make a recording, because not everyone can attend every session. So you can always go back to the recording and really go deep into these teachings, and you will get weekly assignments to work on, and you can then become a member of a growing advanced auric clearing practitioner community with a lot of options to grow even further. So the transformation you and then also your clients will get if you decide to really go big with this and integrate this into your practice or build your practice. So you first of all become absolutely clear of any auric attachments. You increase your energy frequency a lot, and you also boost your cells' energy, and you regenerate your cells, you restore in your energy field's integrity. You will really stop self-sabotage, as you are no longer controlled by any of these auric blockages that would prevent that from you. You will stop worries, fear, and negativity in your life. You empower yourself a lot as you go through the certification. You can then actually embody your higher self. You will definitely find a lot more clarity in why you're here and what you came here to do. You can follow your soul's highest path and purpose. So that was basically my journey. So how I came to here, how I discovered what I came here to do. You can live the life you desire and then also achieve your desired outcomes. And that will allow you to attract different situations, different people, different places, different events. So that's a really good sign that you are in a big transformation journey if that's happening. So in order to attract these different situations, people, places, and events, you have to raise your energy frequency a lot. And this is also why for many people, the law of attraction is not working, because if they have a lot of auric attachments in their field, they cannot attract different things, right? So this is actually an advanced auric clearing. It's a prerequisite to make the law of attraction actually work. So who this is not for. So if you are just happy with what you're currently doing, where you currently are, if just all fine for you, then this is probably not the right program for you. If you also are not committed to change your current state, or if you're not committed to invest in yourself, and if you don't think that it's up to you to change your current state, then this program is probably not for you. But it is absolutely perfect for you if you want to live the life you desire, if you decide for yourself you want to stop self-sabotage and you want to stop procrastination now, then this is the right program for you. If you are open-minded and come in with a beginner's mind and you are ready to apply what you learn, then this is the right certification program for you. If you know that investing in yourself, this is resources, time, and effort, is the best investment you can ever make, then this is right for you. And if you're committed to change your life, and then you're committed to take action now, then this is absolutely for you. So I want to share with you a couple of testimonials from auric clearing work I have done. So there are these two ladies, Nicole and Divina. So they were both in challenging business environments when they started with this work. So Nicole invested in a business that was really not the right thing for her, but she lost her inner connection and the access to her intuition. And when she got out of the auric clearing about a week later, she was absolutely clear to stop doing this and to focus on a different journey. And she speaks her truth ever since and is very clear on what she does. So Divina had a challenging situation in a bigger organization where she was basically bullied around a lot. She also got a lot more clarity after the auric clearing, left this organization, reorganized herself, relocated to a different place in Kenya, and now she just became a mother of a beautiful boy. And she also found, a new purpose in her life and also in her work. And also for children who have challenges in school and at home, there's a great experience with Elke. I worked with her son, and he was diagnosed with HDHS, and it was basically gone about a week after. So the teachers in school and the family really said it's unbelievable. He developed an entirely new level of clarity. So he was calm. He could deal with stressful situations. He could control his impulses again. It was just beautiful to see. And this is an animal example, a cat example. So Morpheus is the cat I work with here, and his cat mom, Andrea. So Morpheus really suffered a lot when his best friend, his cat friend Max, passed away. So he did not participate in the family life anymore. And that changed totally already after the first session, which was an auric clearing. So Andrea called me the next day and he said, what did you do? He's in the living room, he's going out in the garden, he participates in our life, he changed completely. So this cat also went through a trauma program, but he just made a lot of progress right after the auric clearing already. So then I have two stories to share with you from clients of mine who went through the Advanced Auric Clearing certification. So Elke, and this is Tayo's mom, so the boy I work with, she learned this then for herself. And she has a practice where she works with colon hydrotherapy and breath work a lot. And she can just diagnose people's energy field while she's providing colon hydrotherapy, and then she can transfer people more onto the energetic work for an auric clearing. And she's also in my trauma clearing class right now. So she also works a lot with children that come to her with ADHD diagnosis, and also with a lot of people who are stuck in their lives or feel to be chronic fatigue. And this is Nadine. She just became a certified practitioner a couple of weeks ago. She comes from the animal side of things, and she's now integrating the work with humans. And she has built, just created a business for the work with humans as well. So she has created amazing results already in the first couple of weeks with the animals she worked with, and now also with humans. So there are many different journeys how you can approach this. So wherever you are right now, if you feel guided to do this, then you should follow your intuition and actually embark on this journey. So you can have very different background. Look at mine, which was economics and IT. You can have a medical background. It's necessary at all. Some of you might come from alternative health and medicine background, or from a counselor and coaching background. It is also very powerful if you work in this area. Or I currently have a client, she comes from the massage and the physical therapy, and she learned that, okay, I'm actually only treating physical symptoms. I need to really work more holistically, which is why she's now doing this certification. So the question for you is, what do you have to invest in terms of resources, time, and effort, and what can you do with your certification afterwards? And with an advanced auric clearing certification, I guarantee you that, and you've seen this in the example, you can effectively help your clients. You can actually heal something, and you can make up your tuition with a couple of clients, and usually this happens in the first couple of months of working with this. So leveraging your potential always requires that you put resources, time, and money into this. And the question is really, where are you right now? And if you want to make progress, and if you want to be somewhere else in 3, 6, or 9 months, the question, how does that look like? Where do you want to be? So just take some time and type it in the text chat where you want to be in 3, 6, or 9 months, if you have an idea right now. If not, then think about it. So you could, for instance, get started with the Advanced Auric Clearing certification now, and you, between 9 and 12 weeks, we have 9 modules, you are a certified practitioner, and you can actually work with clients right away and work on the life you want to live. So as you make a big difference with this work compared to other modalities, you can also charge more because you create a lot more value than other modalities out in the market. You can combine it with other services you do. And as I said, usually my students make up their tuition in the first couple of months after implementing it. So I also want to give you an overview, how does the certification program look like? So we start here with a kickoff where you will experience your own advanced auric clearing, the whole 9 yards, the whole big program. the full clearing. So this is more than what we did today. You will also learn how to read energy signatures with your left hand. So some of you already know this. Yeah, thanks. You already know this is beautiful. Then you're just more advanced when you get started. Then there is a second module where we look a lot at the conceptual, at the foundation, at the concepts of it. We look at the 15-dimensional energy field, your higher self. We clearly go over all kinds of auric attachments, a lot more deeper than what we did today. And then as I want you to be as clear as possible, you also receive an advanced karma clearing in this certification, because I just want you to be as clear as possible. Then we have another module where we focus on clearing without codes and clearing with codes. So we do a lot of exercises here. We work with the protocols, with the codes, and I teach you how you calibrate yourself. And then it's all about practicing advanced auric clearing within the group. You will get assignments for every week, and you can already work with your practice clients that you already define in module 1. And then I also help you to create your first offerings. And while you're working with your practice clients, then we come to module 9, which is your certifications. There is a test going on. We look at the testimonials you have from your practice client, and then you get certified. And there is a very comprehensive auric clearing instruction manual coming with it. That's Toby's manual that also, has to be studied. And where can you can read a lot of things in that manual and learn from that. And I have a teaching deck with all the teachings for every module as well. So there is a lot you can work with. And for the offer I have for you on this webinar, there also comes a bonus with it. So first of all, you will get a discount on the usual tuition, and you get a bonus for it. So this is a deep dive heart chakra healing. So you heard me saying this, clearing the heart chakra is really very, very important for you individually and for humanity. So this is a special session, a very powerful heart chakra clearing session that addresses auric, karmic, and soul level. It is really a priceless bonus. This allows you to live from the heart. So, question for you, are you ready to go ahead to be resourceful with yourself, to put in the effort and to invest in yourself, to learn new things, to embark on this journey and become a certified advanced auric clearing practitioner? If you get a yes, then let me know in the text chat. So I have 10 spots for this certification training, and we will start next week with this training. So there are 10 spots for committed individuals. And you can apply now for your Advanced Auric Clearing Practitioner certification. I have created a QR code for you. So this is a very short questionnaire where you can provide a bit of information about yourself, where you want to go with this, what your vision is, and we simply chat then if we think you're a good fit for each other and if you're a good fit for this program. And then I get you all the details to get you enrolled right away. So think about working with a beautiful code like this, and you will work with even more beautiful codes when you embark on this journey. And I just want you to think about that if you want to change where you currently are, then it's important that you take action now. So you've received a lot of information today, and I hope that was really helpful for you, but it does not equal transformation. So if you want to embark on this transformational journey, then you should take action now. So I would love to assist you on this journey to help you and to guide you to become a certified advanced auric clearing practitioner. Ask your higher self, check in with your higher self. If you get a yes, and this is for you, please use the QR code or this here, the tiny URL link, and send me your application form, and then we will have a chat about this. And if you all think this is a great fit, then we'll get you enrolled right away. And we will start in the next week. So you can also reach me via email, tamara@energyfieldmastery.com, or you can send me a message on Skype. Skype_Tamara Sunshine is how you can find me there. Or if FB Messenger works better for you, you can also get me here and send me a message on Facebook, Energy Field Mastery. Thank you very much. And if you get a yes, just send me a message right away and that you're in, and apply with this application form. Then we will have a chat. I will get you enrolled. I'm looking forward to it. Thank you very much.